Hello everybody, this is Jefffedetrailer.com. Today we're going to take a look at this 24-inch wide Ventline Pinnacle 12-volt ducted RV range hood with light. Now this range hood will help keep your RV kitchen clean and smelling good by venting the greasy, smoky air from out of your RV. Just want to zoom in here. It is a power ducted range hood which will draw in the smoky, greasy air using the exhaust fan you can see underneath here, and it'll vent it to the outside of your RV. It does use a single speed fan which will draw in the air from your cooking, and it also offers a nice bright LED light that'll shine down on your cooktop and counter so you can see what you're doing. It does offer two rocker switches right up here in the front, and it'll control the light and the exhaust fan. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to hook it up to some 12-volt power just to show you what we're talking about. You got your two wires up here, your power and your ground. So once we got those hooked up, you can see now I'll go ahead and turn on the light. And you can see with the light on, I'll go ahead and turn off the overhead lights. And it gives you a nice bright LED light over your cooktop. And then again, if you turn it back, it'll turn it off. If you need the fan, the switch right next to it, right over here, you can see that that'll operate the single speed fan. And if I spin it around, actually where the duct is in the back, you can feel the air being pushed out the back here. And again, to turn the fan off, just switch that, turn the light off just like that. Now they do use an aluminum mesh filter over the fan. It'll catch any large particles of grease to protect the fan and the motor. And you can see that filter is actually easily removed. There's just a lever right down here that you'll turn, and then you can slide that filter right out, clean it, put it back in there. Now this whole range hood is a nice lightweight aluminum construction, has a powder coat paint on it to resist scratching and chipping, and it also uses, if you look right up here, there's a nice durable polypropylene shroud here that'll protect the wiring and your switches. It is a nice black color, very easy installation, screws in place underneath a cabinet, and it'll hardwire into your 12-volt line. Now the vent opening, if I spin this around, if you look on the back, you can see it is centered on the hood's rear. It'll exhaust horizontally through that RV's wall. Now the vent opening, the width of it, if we put a ruler on that, is going to be right at about 9 5/8 inches wide. Overall height on it is right about 3 inches tall. Now all the electrical components on this part conform to the UL and CSA standards. This part is made in the USA. Again, the specs, it's 12-volt DC voltage. The overall dimensions, if we do the overall width, one end to the other, you can see is right at 24 inches wide. The depth on it, front to back, that's going to be right at 18 inches deep. Overall height at the widest point is going to be right about 4 3/4 inches tall. Now the mounting distance for this above the stove should be about 15 inches minimum, and the cabinet depth this will fit in is 12-inch minimum. But that should do it for the review on this 24-inch wide Ventline Pinnacle 12-volt ducted RV range hood with the light.